All right. Hello. Today, we're going to go over some ARC content. All right. I got shanghaied into playing this game. And due to my surprise here, I loaded it up and I was like, oh, okay. This game looks infinitely worse than the previous game and they're selling it for $44. Sick. There is ways to increase performance and keep it kind of looking a little good. There's just weird commands you got to do. It's awkward. It's a little weird, but I'll try and help you guys sort out the FPS issue because this game does run like it's being played on a Nintendo Switch. Just keeping it real. And plus, when you're playing on official servers and whatnot, you know, you're playing with giga sweats like these sweaty nerds. Oh my god, you need every bit of an edge you got. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna press start, settings, and then you're gonna go to advanced, and then on the far left you're gonna see console access. Turn that on because you won't be able to do any of this without this being on because of the console commands, which cannot be used for any kind of cheat codes or anything like that, but you can use it to turn down certain graphical settings that will help increase FPS. So once you have it turned on, all you're gonna do is press the save button. You should be good to go. Now, once you do that, you're gonna see in the bottom left-hand corner, console command. You're gonna click that, and then you're gonna have absolutely nothing in here. Completely ignore what I have because like this is not gonna be here. I will put in the description or in the comments all the codes that you need that if you wanna just copy paste them via the app or whatever it is you wanna do, they will be down below if you wanna just cut to the point. But for those of you that wanna see the increase and whether or not it's worth it, I will show you. So the first thing we're gonna hit is stat FPS. You just type it as is, stat and then space FPS. This will turn on the FPS in the far right corner over there, and not far right, but right corner. And then you're just gonna go back into console commands, and then you're gonna start turning things on one by one. The ones that I have found to increase the most FPS is shadow quality and material quality. These two things will absolutely destroy what your game looks like. It'll be playable. It'll just be ugly as hell. I'll show you what it looks like at the end, but for now, just know that those are the ones that will increase the FPS the most. And when it comes to material quality, just a bit of advice. Level 2 is essentially the regular, like basic setting. If you go any lower than 2, it will degrade the quality immensely. So level 1, it still looks okay, still ugly as hell, but it looks okay. And then level 0 is basically what an alpha beta version of a game looks like. It's pretty ugly. And then there's going to be some extra codes in here that we are going to input so that way we can go through them one by one. All right, so let me reset this here, and then we're going to open up my codes, and then we're going to go through these together. So the first thing we're going to input is probably the cloud version. Okay, so for this, all we're going to do is type in r.Volumetric, so like so, boom, and then type in cloud, and then you're going to do 0 immediately afterwards. So real quick, one more time. All right, type it in as is, and then put 0 at the end. It's got to be a space, 0. So boom, we're good. And then we have no clouds, and we got a bit of an FPS increase. Went from like 30-ish to like 50 something. Don't know why the dinos are glitching. That's a little strange. I've never seen that before. But anyway, that alone will give you a pretty decent increase. And then we can keep going from there. We can do fog next. So you're gonna do r.VolumetricFog 0. So same thing. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and click that, and then boom, there we go. Doesn't really look like it did anything, honestly. I still don't know if it actually does do anything, and I've seen 2 different codes for volumetric fog. So if this doesn't work, or you feel like it doesn't work, the other option is to put level at the end of fog. So you would type it like this. I've seen that also be a code. I don't know which is the correct one, whether it be volumetric fog 0 or volumetric fog level 0. I'm not sure which is the correct one, but just, I guess, input both and whatever works. And the next big one that we're going to type in is grass.enable. And then 0. Boom. And that will pretty much get rid of the foliage and just all kinds of like, just, you know, big tall grass kind of situation. It'll get rid of all of that. and it'll increase your FPS by just a little bit. It's not a huge impact like some of the rest, but most of the other ones are kind of whatever. And then the last big ones that you are gonna, this is where we're gonna end the video here. So turn off shadow quality. That will basically remove all shadows in general, and that will give you a giant FPS. As you can see, we jumped up to like 70, and then when we go out here, it's probably sitting around like 50 something or whatever. And then if we want to get the giga FPS juice, just be prepared. This is really ugly. We're gonna go extreme, and we're gonna just drop it down to pretty much 0. So we're gonna do the material quality level 0. So all we're gonna do is change this level 2 here, and then I'm just gonna type in 0, put it in, and there you go. This is bottom of the barrel right here. This is level 0. 1 looks slightly better than this. Slightly. Basically, things like this will have some texture. These will be a little bit more textured, but things like these plants, they will not have textures. They won't have anything like that, and whatever. Pretty much level 1 is not that much better than level 0. So in my opinion, if you go for level 1, I mean, that's cool, but if you just want FPS, I mean, like level 0 is basically the way to go. I mean, we're sitting at like 80-90 FPS. So there you go. That's the ticket. If you want high FPS, all the rest of the other stuff on here, I'm not really sure if they do anything like the reflections. I'm not sure if that really increases it by any, stretch of the imagination, if I'm being honest. There's a few other things on here too, like the r.Nanite.MaxPixelsPerEdge 4. You can type these in, but I didn't notice a serious FPS increase. I'm not even sure these codes even worked. So just, these are the ones that I know for sure work, but I'll post them all down below, and you guys can type away as you will. Anyway, that's it for today's video. If you have any questions, ask somebody else, because I do not play Ark and I know nothing about this game. So yeah, bye-bye.